My week is not as
Robust.
exciting. Um, for as long as this podcast has been going on, I've had this issue at work where I
Mm.
need to maintain a certification. I technically fulfilled those requirements. However, they would just add on something new, take something away. It was just a constant cycle of bullshit that would go on. Um, to the point where they were just like, "Okay, look, this you have a drop dead date. We need this shit done."
Right.
I'm not gonna get into what would take place if I hadn't gotten it done. What's important is that I did get it done.
Yep.
Just the last weekend, the weekend that we were doing the Mandalorian podcast, um, every single day, just clicking through fucking slides and shit like that, taking tests. It was not fun, but it was a necessity
Right.
for keeping a roof over my head. Uh, but besides that, I was able to sneak in a few games. I'm still playing Resident Evil 2. I'm almost to the end game with Claire on second run.
Oh,
I
nice.
had just found Sherry in the sewers. I do want to comment that I hate the sewers. The sewers are bullshit. Those giant fucking mud creatures that spit out these homing worm missiles that
Were those aren't the
scoop.
hunters, right? Hunters were in 0, right? Or were they in 1?
No, so 2
Hunters are in
has
2.
Mr. X, G,
Lickers.
Lickers, and these mud creatures.
Okay. And then the
Uh,
dogs and all that shit too.
and then the dogs, yeah. But I count dogs as equal to zombies because I don't know about Resi 1 because I didn't play Resi 1, but I know that 2 and 3 have dogs. And I'm pretty sure 4 has dogs too. So neither here nor there. They're low tier enemies. But those fucking mud creatures are annoying as shit. However, I do think that Claire's run is significantly easier because she has access to the grenade launcher super fucking early.
Oh yeah.
So like you pick up the grenade launcher maybe an hour into the game. So
In
once
Claire's
you
run?
have access, huh?
In Claire's run?
In Claire's run.
Oh
Now I don't
wow.
know about Claire A, but Claire B, like I got it. I think it was the second item that I got, or the second
Okay.
weapon that I got, because Leon gets the shotgun relatively early, but he doesn't get his flamethrower until late, like late into the sewers run after you're helping out Ada. Uh, Claire
Gotcha.
has it like from the get go, and it's super fucking easy to like crowd control, even with dealing with like liquors and shit like that. Just super easy because you get acid rounds and you get fire rounds, and those fire rounds like two shot almost anything, any
Jesus.
major creature. So I'm about to run into the G fight on or I'm assuming that I'm going to go into the G fight on like the hanging platform, and you got to use the container to knock them off and make them fall before you get to Umbrella's headquarters,
Mhm.
and then see what happens there.
Okay. I still
So
have not sat down and played it yet.
it's it's probably the best Resident Evil I've ever played. Like,
Until
and
we see what 3
I'm a
does.
big believer. I'm a big believer in 4. Like, I love 4, but Resi 2 remake is just that fucking good.
Yeah, but like I said, 4 is not scary. There's not any scary moments in 4 to me. But
Yeah,
it sounds like 2, and especially the remake, has some really fucking scary moments.
2 has some scary moments. 4 is really more for the shock value.
Yeah.
Like, it's more shock value than it is actual fear.
Well, also
Like,
4 was like jumping from what 3 was on PlayStation 1, where it was still like tank controls and all that shit, to like what 4 is. 4 is an action game.
well, 4 is still tank controls.
Yeah,
It's
but
just
I feel like
behind
it's over the
behind the
shoulder.
so it's a little bit different.
It
But
feels a lot different than those other Resident Evil games, though.
yeah, I think that I like 4's aesthetic and just general gameplay storyline uh compared to the other Resident Evils up until now.
Right.
Um I finally got the Hong Kong version of Grand Blue Fantasy Versus. All I did was jump online.
Right.
Just very double check certain menu options and then just jump online. I'm not too bad. I am not too bad at that game. I am right about so the way that their ranking system goes, it's I think you start off if it's at F, and then it jumps to C, B, A, S, double S, triple S, and I'm right on the cusp of getting into A rank. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's still low, but they go like C 5 4 3 2 1, B 5 4 3 2 1. I'm right
Gotcha.
now a B1 on the cusp of promotion. So,
So if
but
you're
that I gotta get used to that meta because there are characters that I thought were shit that are whipping my fucking ass.
Mhm.
Like there's this big ass motherfucker with a scythe, Visagia or some shit like that. And like he can't move for shit, but he's got dashes and his swings take up like half the fucking stage. So it is not easy fighting him because if that player knows how to put on
The
the
pressure.
fucking pressure, nah, you're fucking done. You're fucking done.
Yeah,
Uh
and usually this podcast comes out on Tuesday, and if it does come out on Tuesday, that should be the 3rd, and you can pick that up today.
yep. Uh I've already sung all of its praises. I plan on having a review out on 3rd. And you could check that out at megavisionsmag.com. But overall,
Pretty solid.
my biggest issue is just the netcode. The netcode's
Yep.
bad. I mean, it's anything coming out of Arc System Works, like it's going to be delay based, and that netcode is fucking terrible.
You're just gonna have to start taking a PS4 everywhere you go, so you can be like, "You guys ready? Let's do this."
Yeah,
Does
pretty
that get
much.
a PC release, or is it just on PlayStation 4?
It comes out on the 13th for Steam.
Okay,
So
there you go. Just get you a laptop and walk and go to conventions and be like, "You play?"
Yep. Pretty much.
Just slap it down. Be like, "Let's go."
Thursday for Thursday Night Throwdown. We didn't really do a throwdown, but Scotty and I played through the entirety of episode 1 of Fantasy Star Online.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Um, it was fun. I can officially say though, I am fucking done with episode 1. Uh, when I first originally played the game, that was the only part of Fantasy Star I ever played.
Uh huh.
For the GameCube. Then when I found multiple servers, I was just like, I'm gonna clear episode 1. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna clear episode 1. And just never got around to doing it. And now within the last like week or two, there's a quest or a mission called TTF
Mm-hmm.
or TFF. It's one of the two, but it's a boss rush mode for episode 1 where you do all 4 bosses back to back to back. And I just did like that 3-4 times, and it's really easy if you jump into like somebody that's playing on hard mode. There's 4 difficulties. There's normal, hard, very hard, and ultimate. You just jump into like someone's hard or very hard mode and just survive, and then you level up 5-6 times. So
Damn.
you do that like a few times, and all of a sudden you're fucking level 40.
Is that the cap?
No, the cap is 200.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you want to jump into hard mode probably when you're around 30, 40. Then you can actually start doing shit. Clearing hard mode, you probably want to be closer to the 70s. And then beyond that, like we had a guy play with us. He was playing I think he was playing a hunter. He was playing an android hunter or HuCast. And he was murking people. He was like level 36. And we're just like, look, we just want to clear the last area, or we want to see like the entirety of the game, because that's what we were trying to get Scotty to just like see everything from beginning to end. He pulls out a level 154 force, which is equivalent to like the wizard.
Uh-huh.
Because in Fantasy Star Online, there's only 3 classes. That you got your hunters, which are your sword boys. You got the ranger, which is your guns, and then you have the forces, which is magic. He pulls out a level 150 force, and we'll walk into a room, and he casts the biggest fucking flare, and everything dies. Big fucking bitches, big creatures, everything just fucking dies.
Just gone.
So when we finally went to the final boss, I think his name is Dark Falls. and I fought him before. He's kind of hard, kind of difficult. Nah,
Nah.
we were done in less than 2 minutes. The entire thing.
Jesus.
And there in normal mode, there's 3 phases to that fight. There's like the stupid screwball thing where he's got all these little spikes and you have to hit certain spikes, not all the spikes, but they're all doing damage to you. You
Right.
clear that, and all he did was like throw down a giant fucking lightning bolt. Then the enemy takes up like 2/4, like not half, but like a third of the field, and you just have to go to town on all of its heads. That like lasted 10 seconds. And then he jumps off screen and you have to hit him with distant weapons. And I'm a hunter. So I'm sitting there like, nope, can't do anything for you this time. I'm
Nope.
gonna run around in circles. But he just ice and fucking thunder. It was stupid. It was absolutely fucking dumb. So Scotty was like so amazed that within the time frame of like maybe 3 hours, he experienced all of Fantasy Star Online. He was just like, I'd be upset if I bought this like on the Dreamcast and that's all I fucking played. I'm just like, hold on. This is just episode 1.
Yeah.
This lasted, I think, like maybe a year. And there's multiple like difficulty levels. I did get a taste of like episode 2, and it is completely different. Because in
Okay.
episode 1, it's like you go into the forest, you clear the forest boss. You go into the mines, you clear the mines boss. You go into the cave, you clear the cave boss, so on and so forth. And there's only 4 areas. But in 2, it's kind of like, hey, we need you to go to the jungle and then go to the beach, but you have to go back to the jungle. It's like the plot is like overlaying each other, and I think that they're starting to get into the whole thing where certain regions are going to have more difficult monsters.
Right.
So it's more of like what we see in modern MMOs
With the
moving forward.
I think what was it? Wrath of the Lich King is where WoW implemented the shifting areas where you would do a quest line, you would go and do something, and then you'd come back, and the area would be different.
Right.
So that was a game changer for World of Warcraft. So
I don't know if Phantasy Star is going to do something that robust because I'm just getting a taste for episode 2, but the little bit of episode 2 that I've played, I love it because it's not episode 1. I am so sick of running the goddamn caves. I hate the caves. It's long, it's unnecessary. The enemies in there fucking suck. There's 2 enemies in there that you can't deal damage to them except for like a short period of time. You've got this little amoeba thing that come out of nowhere and fucking guillotine you. And it's not even that hard to kill it, but it's just fucking annoying. But
yeah,
like you hit it once and it goes back into the ground. So it's not that it's hard, it's just a waste of time
yeah,
because you can't combo off of it. And then you have these 2 enemies that are stuck together, and when they're together, they're impervious to damage. You can't damage them at all. But once they split, then you can go ahead and try to kill them.
right.
But they deal a lot of damage for what that level is supposed to be when you're going through the caves, but they only give you 6 experience points each. That's bullshit. That is complete fucking garbage. So just grinding the caves suck. I hate it.
All right, then I won't play Fantasy Star Episode 1 then.
No, episode 2 is where it's at. You do probably need somebody to like help you boost up in level.
Now,
So just see
like when
someone-
you say Episode 2, that's not Fantasy Star Online 2, right?
No.
Okay.
So Fantasy Star Actual had 4 episodes. The Dreamcast released episode 1, and I think they might have also released episode 2. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Okay.
But for the GameCube, when they released the GameCube version, they released episode 1 and 2. And then they released another another Fantasy Star called episode 1 and 2 Plus, which is the stupid expensive one. It's like $120 complete and bundle.
Ugh.
Then for the GameCube only, they released Fantasy Star Episode 3 Card Revolution, which it's a card game. So, and it's weird. They try to do
Why
the
this
Sonic
game got my
Adventure.
triple triad in it?
It's not quite like that. I do want to eventually play it on stream just so that people get a taste for it or something. But the way that it works is that there's a light side and a dark side. There's 2 different factions that are at war with each other.
Okay.
The light side, their decks are all about equipment. So you have your own person, you have a set number of hit points, and then in order to attack, you have to equip uh, swords and guns and magic spells. And then to protect yourself, you put barriers up. So instead of you having your health bar, instead you have barriers, and you can have layers of barriers on you up into a certain point because each character has a limit to how many swords and barriers that they can have on them. And then you just walk around based on your dice roll and kill the enemy.
That sounds terrible.
On the dark side, they don't have any equipment. Instead, I think they have barriers, but instead they summon creatures. So you're playing Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
So if I want to play a creature card, I could play a creature card a certain number of spaces away from me, and it could be anything from like a Booma, which is just a bear, to like this big old tyrant-looking motherfucker. But again, everything has a cost. There's only so many creatures that you can have on the board at one time.
Right.
I'm a sucker for any type of card game, so I
Even
like
if
it.
it's bad.
I'm not gonna say that the game is great. There is multiplayer.
No. Not today, Satan.
I think the only other thing that I could say about it is that the final boss fucking sucks on either side. Like I only did hero mode, final boss, but I can't imagine doing dark side boss. That shit is fucking hell. And then I made some purchases. So starting off, I just recently put in a purchase for an RGB modded American to Japanese N64. The reason why I did that is because I want, you know, I, I think that of all the consoles, one of the consoles that look the worst is the N64, because in the
Pretty
United
rough.
States, it's rough. In the United States, all we really get is composite. I think that there might be an S video option for the United States, but we don't have composite. It's not natively RGB, and it looks really bad when you put it in HDMI mode or you try to convert it to HDMI. So I did two things. One, I got an RGB mod N64 that converts to SCART. SCART usually has really good RGB display. Then I bought a RetroTink 2X RGB SCART converter to HDMI. So this thing is like $100 just for this little thing, and its only input is SCART. The company that makes them just recently came out with a composite S video and component version for this, and that's like 130. But I have a lot of SCART inputs that I've been meaning to use. For some reason, like some of the parts that I bought for SCART just weren't working. So I got this, I got the modded, and it's really because I want to start getting decent footage of N64 games. So that's why I got that. I also, I think in the Discord on Tuesday, I found out that Razer was running a promotion on the Pantheon Evo sticks. And so
I talked myself out of this because I
you
don't
talked
need
yourself out of it?
I don't need 2 fight sticks. I have 2 fight sticks. I don't need 3 fight sticks.
Well, I saw it and it was a complete buy. I'm just like, no. I need this to just sit in the corner because I don't play on stick. I play on hitbox, but I don't. I just looked at it. I'm just like, no. I fuck. It's $100. I think it's still going.
Yeah,
And
that's a
maybe
good
when this
deal, but that's
releases on
$100. That's $100 that you didn't need to spend on it.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I could have spent it.
You only bought it because Kenny Omega endorses it.
I didn't know that, but once I saw his beautiful fucking face, I'm like, yes, Kenny, I will buy your stick. So this is it.
It's not a bad looking stick.
No, it looks good. However, I am a little bit disappointed because this is not the Evo that I was expecting. The original Panthera that I saw has a compartment that just opens up, and you can mess with the pieces and the artwork and the guts and the gear right then and there. Instead, with this new one, the only compartment is for
The cable.
the cable, which
Yeah, that's
is
how
a
mine
little bit
are.
annoying. However, this is probably the best box
It
or
looks
little
pretty
compartment.
easy. Most of the time, the cables are barely fit in there. It's tight.
Well, not only that, but like one for my fighting edge, my hitbox, I have to fight to get that compartment to close. For my Rap 4, the compartment breaks off. For this, it's got a tension on here to keep it
Oh,
closed.
that's cool. It
Yeah.
doesn't have an actual button
No. It keeps it closed all on its own, and it comes with like the little wrap thing on it.
for the cable.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you could still customize it. You can. There's a little screw at the bottom that
Yeah.
you take off, and you're able to
I mean,
do whatever the fuck you want with it.
for $100 with free shipping, that's not bad.
Yeah, all you got to do is sign up for their newsletter, and they take the shipping off. It's $100 flat. It's all Sanwa. This I don't like stick, but this stick feels amazing. It's
Yeah, it
great.
does.
I think the only thing that I would change on this is take out the box gate for an octo gate
Okay.
and use that, and then keep the buttons.
Yeah, so if you're looking for a really good stick, this is probably a good time to buy them before the new systems come out.
Yeah, I think that that's what a lot of people are doing, because since the PS5 is right on the horizon, they're trying to dump off anything that's PS4 exclusive. Speaking of which, that's not the only stick I bought this week. I have another stick in the mail from Marvelous. I did the Marvelous CEO hitbox variation, and it has the artwork from Sonic the Fighters.
Oh yeah.
The Sonic the Fighters artwork from Sketchcraft that he did for one of the I think it was issue 3 of the Megavisions magazine.
Yeah.
And it looks dope as shit. I'm excited for it. I can't wait for it.
The fight stick on Razer is still on sale.
Yeah.
It's $111, but if you sign up for the newsletter, you get $10 off. So it's like $101 with free shipping.
Yeah.
Kenny Omega, it is very tempting to buy something Kenny Omega endorses. So
does Kenny Omega even stream fighting games?
I don't know if he streams them, but he plays them.
I would subscribe to Twitch for that, to see that.
I mean, I'm subscribed to Austin Creed.
Who the fuck is Austin Creed?
Fucking, he's from New Day. Austin Creed's a huge video game player. He hosts Up Down Down.
I'll take your word for it.
Up Down Down is where he gets like his wrestling buddies to come in and play fighting games with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But yeah, he's part of New Day, and he I think he was at PAX East dressed up as Powder Toast Man from Ren and Stimpy.
Okay.
He's fucking funny as shit. He plays a trombone.
Nice. Anyway, I also bought a Marvelous stick, and the reason why I got that one is because it has a PCB in it. PCB is a converter for PS3, PS4, Xbox One, Xbox 360, PC. Pretty much, if it has a USB port, it'll play on it.
That's pretty
so
dope.
That was the reason why I pulled the trigger on that one, because
How much did that run you?
I'm not going to get into that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to get into that.
Someone needs to take your checkbook away, sir. I could not
Yes.
imagine you poor. If you were poor, you'd be like, I suck your dick for a fight stick. I suck your dick.
Yeah, that's why it was really important for certification. I don't know what I would have done. Go be a bookkeeper somewhere.
Sell
But
off your fight sticks to pay rent.
Yeah. That's my week. That's about it.
Well, I can't say anything. I spent $200 on anime this week, so.
I mean, but that's $200.
Oh, okay. Sorry that I'm the peasant that I am.
Look, not according to the people at Megavisions. They give you shit for being the rich boy.
That's some bullshit that they tried to
which
make
is fine,
canon in the
because
stream. They need to know. They need to know that it's not me.
Nah, that stick costs probably about the same price as the hitbox conversion that I got here and my Hori Rap 4 when it came out.
Well, speaking of shit that we don't need the day it comes out,